The night was dim and empty. I could feel the wind blow through my hands as I revealed my knife. I looked at my watch. The light of the moon gleamed off of it, reflected onto my pale face. 12 p.m. It was time. I took my position in a dismal street corner and waited for my target. The blood in my veins felt slow and dormant. A few minutes passed. My senses grew sharper and sharper. There he was, a pathetic man, wishing his life was easier. But the only ease I can grant him is a quick and painless end. So much more than he deserved. I slowly pursued my prey through the dimly lit streets, which were filled with so much anguish. The closer I got to him, the more my senses rose to the surface of my skin, roaring for the kill. He was so close. I could feel the warmth of his body. In a swift move, I recoiled my arm back, unsheathing my blade. His angel of death had come. The first strike went to his abdomen, causing him to feel intense pain. And I pondered on his end being quick as planned. With one strike to his heart, I watched the light fade from his eyes, turning to an abyss of nothingness.
"17th of December, 7:15 a.m. My name is Detective Henry J. Wilson. The work I do isn't pretty, and whoever is guilty, I find them. I was called to a homicide this morning. I couldn't shake this feeling, this cold presence looming about my neck. The day was cold and bitter. I knew that this would be something simple. Just a mugging gone wrong. As I entered my car, a call came in about the same homicide. I radioed ahead to say that I was on my way to the scene.
This is Detective Jackson. En route to scene now. Over.
A cold but long drive through the city should be relaxing, but the feel of the cold just hung around my neck. Maybe listening to some music will help calm my mind.
Hello listeners, today we have the three top stories. First off, a service is being held for the sad passing of the city's loving and caring fundraiser, Miss Lydia Matthews. God rest her soul.
Hopefully the sick son of a bitch who did it is arrested soon.
Second story for everyone is the announcement of the new candidate for the Mayor's office, Mr. Robert Chase. We will be having Mr. Chase coming into the studio for an interview on his plans for the future of the city.
Never liked that guy. You always seemed a bit off to me.
Finally, a body has been found near the west of the city. Sources say that the body was brutally stabbed to death.
This feeling got worse as minutes passed. This felt like an icy hand touch the back of my neck, like a caring and loving mother. Even though I could feel this presence, I continued to the scene. Nearly 5 minutes later, I reached the crime scene and called out to the first officer there. He'd been told a body that had been discovered near the entrance of an alleyway. But when the officer found the body, his stomach sank. He described the feeling of sickness and nausea filled his body. Police officers are used to seeing dead bodies, but the way this corpse was cut up was unlike anything he had seen before. I'd yet to see the body. The thin cloth covered the body raised up to show a mutilated corpse with his chest opened up. A CSI knelt down and examined the body for anything that could lead us to whoever committed this atrocity. I tapped the CSI on the shoulder and asked them for the basic rundown of what they could tell from the state of the body.
Okay, so it looks like he's been here for a while. Time of death is clocked around 12:20 last night, so my guess is he didn't put up much of a fight from the marks on his body.
This situation is a huge mess, one that I don't know how to start. But hopefully when the body is examined further, we'll have something to start with.
My home is where I feel the most scared. No one should walk into their own house and feel the fear of emptiness. My world used to be so clear, but then my heart came to an end. The breaking of a soul can be like shattering a window. What is broken may never be put back together, but with those shattered pieces, you can cut away the infection that has taken a hold of the place. I look at my home and see only memories. The more I see these blackened walls, the more I remember my promise, and I know what I must do. I made a promise.
Hey babe, I'm gonna be working late tonight. But I'll see you later. Love you.
Those words echo through my head every day and night. The only way to end my suffering is by finishing the job. I do this not for me, but for her. Once my job is done, I will know that the voice shall be silenced forever. I look over to the decaying hallways and see only the corruption growing ever closer to consuming me. Staying here always reminds me of my mission, and I know who must suffer to make this a better reality.
Please, I'll give you whatever you want. Just don't kill me.
Do I look like I give a damn what you say?
Why are you doing this?
Do you really need to ask me that question? You are a corrupt politician, and you have cared about no one but yourself.
Please!
No. Good night, Mr. Chase.
December, 6 a.m. Another body just dropped outside of another alleyway. This bastard is really pushing it now. Seems like the body was found the same way the first was. I'm headed to the scene right now. Got to see if there's anything that can help me pull this out. Any clues? Hopefully this will be the last body he drops. Every step I take, I can still feel this overwhelming force hang around my neck. Like my noose had been ready to be tightened. I never felt like this before. But none of this mattered, as long as this killer is still on the loose. With this in my mind, I pushed the pedal on my car and quickly made my way to the scene. I arrived to see most of the officers to be in a state of horror and mortified. As I looked around the area, I spotted Officer Layton, a colleague I had worked with for a while. I walked over to one of the officers already on scene. From the look of their faces, it's another gruesome casualty.
Morning, Wilson. You hear about Lydia Matthews? It's a real shame about her. She was an amazing part of the city. I hope her husband's doing okay.
I agree, David. Let's hope that the bastard who did it pays severely. I know her husband. He's my therapist. I'll have to check up on Jeffrey at some point. In this line of work, it never gets easier doing this job and seeing these things. But it's something that you need to live with. An occupational hazard. Hey, Layton. Layton turned around and walked a few steps towards me.
Morning, Wilson. I'm glad you're here. I came in as soon as I heard what happened. I wonder what we know already.
Layton went on to explain the body was a counsellor from the Board of Human Resources. My gut said to me that this wasn't a random killing. He was killed for a reason. I need to make sure that all of these leads we find are properly processed. The CSI examined the body and looked for the similarities with the previous body. For example, with the body, he could tell that the lacerations were similar and matched the size of the cuts.
There's another body for the morgue.
I still need the report from the last body. I need to find some type of link between each of the victims. I was hoping there actually is one. Layton walked over to me and tapped me on the shoulder.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, did your new partner come in yet?
I replied with, "What new partner?" Out of my vision, a clumsy man walked over and started shouting.
Don't worry, I'm here now. Please move aside, officers. I'm a police detective.
Who the hell is this guy? He approached me like a strong gust of wind. He wore a baggy overcoat, a dirty white shirt, and a creased pair of brown trousers. As he reached the position in front of me, I looked at Leighton and asked him, "And who would you be?" His response was quick.
Detective Tyler, I've been assigned to this case. I apologise for being late today. My car was caught in traffic and I couldn't find anywhere to park.
It's fine, Detective. You can save your excuses for now. But I do want to ask you 2 questions. Why were you assigned to this case, and who sent you?
Yeah, sorry, you must not have been told about the new arrangement. The captain sent me down because he thought that this case needed a fresh set of eyes. But I do need to mention that the captain also said I need to give you this.
Tyler hands me a note detailing the orders from the police captain. As my eyes scroll through the text, I reached the bottom of the note and read that Detective Tyler is my new partner. So, you are my new partner.
Nice to meet you, partner.
Leighton looks at me and then says,
Looks like you've got this handled. I've got some paperwork to go through before I can hand it to you, Wilson. Have fun with the new partner.
"Alright, newbie, let's get you filled in on the situation. Hopefully you'll be able to make sense of this and close it quickly."
No problem, just point me in the direction of what you want us to look at, Henry.
Okay, let me get some rules out in front of us right now. First off, you will call me Sir or Wilson. Second, don't call me Henry. Only people who can call me Henry is my wife, my friends. I don't know you, so don't act like you know me. And lastly, I'm in charge. So this is what you're gonna have to do. Listen to me whenever I tell you to do something, and maybe we'll get along. Do I make myself clear?
Clear, sir.